Hello and welcome to another live episode of An Echo of Glory. It is our pre-game show. We kick off against Southampton in about 20 minutes. Louis Stevenson in our comments, have I missed it or is it late? You haven't missed it. We are live. Welcome to the show, and welcome to the show back again. 2 appearances in 2 days.
Like a London bus. Straight back in.
James Robbins, hello.
Hi there.
Hi. Gary Diamond, hello.
Good evening, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. Right, we cannot not mention what we've just witnessed. Manchester City 1, Manchester United 2 from nowhere. That's a lull.
Yeah, I mean, City, we think we've got problems.
Yeah.
They've won, what is it, 1
in 11.
1 in 11.
Crazy.
City.
We're 1 in 8.
Do you know like how we
And it goes
revived Ipswich, and you know how we like revived Ipswich and Palace? We've killed City.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
What is
Like,
it?
take some silver lining. But yeah, of course.
I mean,
It's our only
normally
win.
we want City to win because of the Arsenal factor, but Liverpool are kind of, I know they didn't win this weekend, but they're kind of doing that for us, unfortunately. Chelsea are now in the mix. Just not just City we're relying on.
Well, some of our esteemed peers say that 91 points is what you need to win the league, and they thought that Arsenal would need to get that. They need to now track at 2.7 points a game to achieve 91 points.
You're going to have to score goals, not from
set
open
pieces.
Yeah,
I mean, this is
some open
basically what
play.
happens when you rely on set pieces to score goals.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like it's going to be a lower points total for the
Title.
for the
Yeah, it
title this
probably
year,
will
but
be. Yeah,
probably
it
more
probably
akin
will
to
be.
the pre-2010s.
Yeah.
So what would you reckon, 83?
That's low.
Give it to 80-something.
Are we out of it then?
You're never out of it. Ange wins something in his second season.
Lineups?
Yeah, I just want to answer your question there.
Which question?
Points to win the Premier League title.
The lowest ever.
Yeah, have I got it here? Oh my God. Looks like 75. That was way back when. 96, 97, Man United won 75. The lowest,
In the noughties or 2000s?
81 in 15-16 Leicester.
I think around
Obviously.
60
Yeah.
was what you'd expect to get top 4 in the past, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
And now you'd be like, no, you're pushing 70.
70, yeah.
All right, enough of that Manchester lot. Tottenham Hotspur against Southampton. We're going to be coming on live after the show. This is not a live watch along. We don't do that.
No.
Who'd want to watch
I wouldn't be
I was
trusted.
going to say, who'd want, especially you,
Yeah.
if we lose to Southampton.
You'd have to do the Big Brother. You know when they used to have that, like you could watch Big Brother House all night.
Yeah,
like,
on the
way back when,
uncensored,
and then
yeah.
it was the sound would go and it would just have birds chirping.
We should say
Have screaming and then birds chirping.
we should say we've got live studio.
We do have a live studio audience here.
We're gonna have
Gary, Norman Stanley Fletcher. Gary has a big fan in Norman Stanley
I've got-
Fletcher, one of our members.
but I've also got for people if you want this, let me find available for a limited period only an Echo of Glory tankard.
Gary's gone up in Norman's estimation. I didn't know it could go any higher, guys, because you got the beer in.
When you're a legend, mate.
I wouldn't know.
Perfect stocking filler, that I think.
Perfect.
Well, I've got one already, but if
Yeah,
you want to
that's
get me another, James, you're very welcome.
I don't have one. just
One
saying.
thing that we are giving away the biography. Tottenham can't write its own autobiography. The biography of Tottenham Hotspur. We're giving that away later in the show. You have to be a member. If you're not a member, you cannot win that book. Do that on our YouTube channel.
So a cracking effort, Peter. Good morning, gents. Nice to have a 6 a.m. breakfast game in Sydney. Better than breakfast radio. Well, I mean, if you're watching this at 6 a.m., are you doing that with a fry up? I mean, I can't watch Tottenham without a beer. It's like a scientific impossibility. I don't know how anybody does. What are you doing at 6 in the morning?
Yeah,
how are you?
It's the
What are you
Australian
having?
breakfast.
What is
Avocado
the
on
Australian
toast, isn't it?
breakfast? Right. Anyway, we're
Kangaroo on toast. Is that racist?
let's
Okay.
teams it.
All right, let's teams it. Teams are in Tottenham Hotspur. The GOAT, Fraser Forster. Right back, Jed Spence. You're going to give us a stat on that in a minute, James. Archie Gray, Radu Dragusin, Destiny Udogie left back. 2 in front, Lucas Bergvall and Pape Mate Sarr. Dejan Kulusevski, James Maddison, Heung-min Son, and Solanke up front. I'll just reel off in Paul Coit style the Southampton team. McCarthy, Walker, Peters, Bednarek, Harwood, Bellis, Manning, Dibbling, Aribo, Downs, Fernandez, Suleimani, Armstrong. I work in Premier
That
League
was
football.
very good.
Yeah, thanks. I work in Premier League football. I still haven't heard half of these, but I could be hearing a lot of them in the next hour. James Robbins, hit me with some stats.
So not just Bergvall's first competitive start, but also Jed Spence
In all competitions?
in all comps.
He's never started a game for Tottenham.
Signed in
Not
July
started a competitive match.
July 2022 he signed, and this is
Wow.
his first start for Tottenham. What were you saying off air about Conte?
Oh, well, Conte was like, yeah, Spence will sign him. And then about a week later, it was like, club signing, don't want him. And then we've spent 40 million on Porro in January, which has worked out.
Yeah.
To be fair, but
I don't know, Pryor's getting a bit of stick at the minute, but I think he's done some hard yards. It's a bit unfair, isn't it?
I reckon the first shot of him on the bench will be asleep. Surely
In one of those big zippy
absolutely
Yeah.
shattered.
just cozy, exhaust on the south coast.
So what do we think? I was saying just before, I think...
Before you do that, can I give you a couple of stats?
Yeah, please
'Cause
do.
I've got a belting stat here. A belting stat. Not the belting stat is that Dejan Kulusevski is making his 100th Premier League appearance for Tottenham. Bergwijn and Gray are Tottenham are starting 2 players 18 or under in the same Premier League match for just the second time and the first time since December 1992 against Chelsea.
So,
Were you even born, James? No.
So
Minus
right,
3.
Bergwijn and Gray what?
We're starting 2 players aged 18 or under for the first time since December 1992.
Okay. Who was that
against
against?
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Against
Andy Turner.
Nope.
Oh.
Audience participation, Dave?
2 18-year-old starters, 1992 against Chelsea.
Anyone? In the
Anyone?
comments?
Anyone? Anybody watching at home? Can't test if they're Googling though.
No, but I don't think. Well, I've got it. I don't think they'll be able to
1992.
check it. Yeah.
Can you give me their positions?
One I reckon you just won't get, and one was an attacking midfielder. The other one was
Danny Hill.
No. One was an attacking midfielder who had a good, decent Spurs career, and I think
Kasky?
left Spurs a bit early, and his career actually nosedived after that.
Nick Barmby.
Correct.
Oh.
No. And the
One
other
of my favourites,
The
by
other
the
one
way.
went on to make over 450 career appearances, but only 7 for Tottenham Hotspur.
450 in the top flight? Or?
No, he dropped right down the leagues. Well, up and down the leagues.
What position?
He was a midfielder. I just don't think you're going to get it.
No.
Kevin Watson.
No, I would
You
never
could have
have got
sat
that.
here
I would
all day.
never have got
I
that.
wouldn't have got it.
Never,
I
no.
wouldn't have got it.
No.
Okay, so go on, Gaz. What do we expect from this? Not necessarily what we expect from this team.
Right.
What are you hoping to see today?
Well, it's a bit of a non-win, in my view, for Ange tonight.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is if we go out and put Southampton away, then it's bottom of the league. Southampton conceded 30-odd goals, only scored 11. So, that's what we should have done. Anything less than that is going to raise questions, whether we scrape through, whether it's a draw, whether we get beat. It's literally no win.
But we have to win.
But we have to win, of course we do. I'm less concerned about the performance tonight. I might not be saying that 10 minutes in when we give the ball away for the third time. Somebody knocks it straight out of
And
play.
we've got 2 central midfielders on yellow cards already.
But I'm less, it's about getting over the line tonight. It's about getting 3 points. But I do think what's interesting tonight is a few things, and I'm going to let you discuss one of them and give us your thoughts. But out of adversity does arise opportunity. Okay, and this is an opportunity very much so for Jed Spence. I think he very much deserves this moment, this chance, and I really hope he flourishes and does well. And the other one is Lucas Bergvall, who's really starting to show signs of being a good player. It's clear that Spence is going to play right back. Where is Bergvall going to play?
That's the big question, I think, with this lineup. We see Bergvall's come on as the number 6 in his last couple of appearances.
Yeah.
In a
It's a
Premier
big
League,
ask,
it's a
isn't it?
big ask to start. And I mentioned on the last show about how he worries me defensively. I mean, he's an 18-year-old kid.
He's
Ask him to-
aggressive and he's got energy.
Of course, he's aggressive, but he does dive in. But also, if ball goes over his head and he's sprinting back, I don't back him to have the athleticism for that. So does Sarr start in the 6, which he has done before? He's made appearances there for us.
I think
in
that's his
games.
best position, personally.
So
I
we've
don't-
said this, haven't we, on the
I don't in a pivot maybe, but not.
Oh,
I
don't come to
don't-
me with your modern word. What does that mean?
Okay, as
I'm 43.
As a two defensive midfielders, maybe, but as a single pivot, I don't think so. He's very much a straight line runner, transitional. You want him box to box. Box to box is
Yeah, I get
he
that.
is
I get that.
completely. But maybe a lot of the websites with stats and lineups, they often put us in a 4-2-3-1, and we never are.
Yeah,
Maybe this time we actually are.
Well, they have Opta today, have put us in a 4-2-3.
they often do. It'll be an interesting one. Very keen to see how we actually line up. Also, a player that I will be keeping my eye on is Dibbling. I really like him as a player, and he fits the exact profile of player that we should be interested
And he'll
in.
be up against Udogie, who's, for me, not the greatest tackler in the world. So
Dibbling should fancy it tonight. Johnny, I don't know much about the Southampton team, I've got to be honest.
Yeah, all
Tell
right.
us
Well,
your
let's have a
thoughts. Who
look
are we
at this.
looking out for?
Let's have a look at this
My
Southampton
hometown.
team. Is it? Or maybe
Yeah,
you're the one
so
to
I
tell
grew
us
up.
then. Well, they're playing. They've got 2 third-choice goalkeepers basically. They've got Aaron Ramsdale's their number 1 is injured, and they've got Alex McCarthy and the other
The one that you referenced the other day with the surname.
Who? What? When?
Lumley.
Lumley.
Oh, Lumley. Yeah, who's not playing? They basically don't have a second choice. It's
He's not a
Ramsdale.
bad keeper, McCarthy.
Yeah, I mean he was terrible against Liverpool the other week. Yeah.
They've tried to replace him a number of times, a number of times, and he's always kind of
Just
snuck
hung about.
back in and got in there.
See their Fraser Forster.
Yeah, but
Well,
then,
yeah.
I mean, before when Fraser Forster was there, Fraser Forster.
Listen, who to look out for? We know about Kyle Walker-Peters, Dibbling. You've mentioned great dribbler. Aribo played for Rangers, I believe. Dangerous player on the break. Fernandez is a decent player. The Argentinian, the Portuguese guy in midfield. They've got pace on the wings. Dibbling, Aribo will go wide. Suleiman is quick. They'll play. I don't think they're going to change the way they play. They're going to play on
No,
the break.
he said. Ross Martin said
Do you see that?
categorically.
I want to read you his program notes actually today, which were really, really interesting. Before we come off and let people watch the game, I got this sent to me by Paul Belveston, who is going to be joining us at the ground. He is reporting on the game for the Premier League, and he is going to join us at the game. His program notes today read like this. I understand and appreciate it's been a testing period for you all, our loyal supporters, could be Ange. I'm completely aware of some of the frustration you'll be feeling, but you have also been so supportive towards us as a group and myself personally. I know it's not fun when you're paying money and sacrificing your time to watch a team that's not winning. Could have been Ange.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he also went on record the other day to say we're not going to change the way we played. This was the way that got us up from the Championship, and I'm not going to sacrifice my principles. It literally could be Ange. Anyway, moving away from them, interesting to see that Werner is on the bench today. Be even more interesting to see.
You had another stat, James.
Yeah,
about our bench.
Our bench has got a number of youth players on it.
Yeah.
Brandon Austin, if you count him as a youth player,
He is
still
not a
is
youth
26.
player,
But
he's
yeah, Alfie Dorrington, we talked about the other day.
Yeah.
Mason King, who's a left back. Malachi Hardy was on the bench the other day as well. Callum Olasesi, who's a talented midfielder. Close friends with Mikey Moore, I believe. I think they're meant to be like best pals. But yeah, Will Lancashire is on the bench, and he has the fourth most Premier League appearances of our bench.
Lancashire.
Yeah,
Yeah. Do you know how many
And
that
there you
is?
go.
like 4
I'm going to
or
tell you.
3.
I'm going to tell you right now. Will Lancashire has made one.
One, amazing.
And that was
amazing.
a substitute against Fulham when he came on at the end when someone got injured after we'd made a few subs. All right, let's go and let our beautiful listeners or members watch the game. But before we do that,
Get another point.
you're going to get another pint. Before we do that, we had predictions, I think, on Friday. We're going to ask you again.
What did I say on Friday? I think it's a 5-1.
As you get closer to the game, though, does it change?
The doubt seeps in the
Yeah,
closer you get
exactly.
to the
It's
game, so
4-1,
maybe.
3-1.
But we've done 4-1s all season. I, as much as I'd like that, let's have a 5.
5-1.
Nice 5. Let's go
Okay.
5-0.
Wow.
Let's change it to 5-0.
Nil? Bloody hell.
We're
You've
definitely conceding.
You've been on the
but
beers.
I wish.
I think we need to start with energy. We need to start positively. Get a couple of goals in front. If we are a goal up in the 70th minute, I'm going to be very worried. We need to be 2 or 3 up.
Yeah, well, yeah. All right. I'm going to stick with my 3-2 Spurs. All right, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, viewers around the world, join us post-match. We'll be on. We'll be talking to Paul Belveston live from the ground. We've got Ollie joining us. And yeah, as Max Black says on the comments, let's hit them for 6, Coys. We will see you after the game and up the Spurs. James is definitely not listening, so we're going to stay on air.
Coys.
James, you can take us off. I mean, they're still looking at me.
Coys.
We're done.
Oh,
Yeah.
press the outro button.
All right, press the outro button. Which one's that? I can see intro.
Professional outfit, this.
Nice.
There's nothing done.